Our first guest tonight is an Emmy-winning late-night talk show host who, thanks to the Trump administration, is now available for a limited time only. He is here on our show while I am simultaneously on his from The Late Show. Please welcome Stephen Colbert.
Hello. Hello. Wow. Hey, fellas. Thanks, Frank.
Welcome, Mr. Colbert. Please.
Thank you very much.
Oh, man, I hope they put out the plastic ketchup bottles at the White House tonight. How
Thank
are
you.
you?
This is delightful.
I am so happy you're here. I really
couldn't
am.
be happier to be
It's
here.
so great to see you. I saw you
Yep.
about a little over 2 weeks ago, and I will say I've never been happier to lose the Emmy.
And thank you very much. It was a lovely night. You know I'm a fan of yours, and I was never been happier for you to lose the Emmy.
It was really a beautiful moment. And you gave a great speech, I thought, and you had so much composure. I would have been a complete mess. And you said at the end of your speech, you quoted Prince. Do you remember what you said?
Yeah, I said, God bless America, stay strong, be brave, and if the elevator tries to bring you down, go crazy, punch a higher floor.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yes.
Where did that...
I had to class it up a little bit.
What
yeah.
inspired you to
Well,
do
I don't know.
that?
I mean, listen, I'm not out in Los Angeles except to do the Emmys, generally speaking, if I'm lucky enough to be nominated. And I'm always in the car with my wife, Evie, and with Carrie Bialik, you know, our mutual friend,
Yes.
who's the head of my production company, and she DJs. So we're listening to music the whole time. We're listening to a bunch of different, you know, good jams. And the one I was listening to when I got out of the car was Let's Go Crazy by Prince. And we just, that's the end of the Dearly Beloved,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And so both of them said, see if you can fit that in your speech, if you would.
Really?
And I went, all right. So I was up on stage and I went, I know where this goes.
It was a nice ending. It was a nice moment, too. I felt it was very emotional. Did you feel that way?
Yeah, it was very emotional. You know, you do these shows, take everything you got.
Yeah.
For like 10 years.
Yeah.
And, you know, we got nominated. We got nominated the day before we got canceled. And so it was a bit of a, you know, hot side hot, cold side cold situation.
Yeah.
And then to be able to go up there and to thank we brought our whole staff, just like you brought them out. We brought 200 people out to California, and to celebrate with them that night, it was a consummation devoutly to be wished. Good job. That's fantastic.
Do you mind if I ask you about, because this is the first interview that you've done since the unthinkable happened, and it was an
Right, because
unthinkable thing.
I generally don't. I give interviews. I don't do them. Yeah.
You don't usually take them, and I appreciate you taking it. So you found out about...
Like a champ. I take it like a champ, my friend.
When we're in Guantanamo Bay together.
Exactly.
You found out from our mutual manager, James Baby Doll Dixon, is that correct?
Is my manager your manager?
Yes.
And Jon Stewart's manager. He's the real king of late night.
That's right.
And
That's right.
Yeah, he said, hey, baby, I just need to talk to you for 15 minutes after the show on Wednesday. This was on the 16th of July. And I'm like, wow, 5 minutes. You know, 5 minutes on the phone with Baby Doll is an hour.
Yes.
So 15 minutes in person, what the hell is this about? So I said to Evie, hey, I'll be home a little bit later. I got to talk to Baby. He wants to talk for 15 minutes. And I come home 2.5 hours later. And I walk into the apartment, and she goes, what happened? Did you get canceled?
No.
Yep.
Really?
I said, yes, I did. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Now, he knew for a week, is that correct? While you were on
Something
vacation.
like that. He didn't want to ruin my vacations, because they told me a couple days before I got home, yeah.
And so, which I think was the right decision not to tell you what, because you were far out of the country.
I was far out at sea. I was drowning, you know, I was drowning my entire life in spanakopita and Greek rosé. It was fantastic.
And that would have ruined, and it would have made no difference either way. So he tells you this happens, and then you tell your staff when and how?
Well, the one of this, Evie goes, well, are you going to tell your staff tomorrow? And I said, oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll tell them after the summer break. Maybe I'll tell them in September. And she goes, you're going to tell them tomorrow? I said, I really don't think so. I just don't think I'm up for it. And then she goes, I'm coming to work with you tomorrow, because I think you're telling your staff tomorrow. And we get into the building. I go up in the elevator. I walk through the offices. By the time I get to my offices, I have sweat through my shirt, because I didn't want to know anything my staff didn't know. And I said, I'm going to tell my staff today. But then we couldn't do a show if I told them, because everybody would be bummed out and I would be bummed out. So
right.
I only told my executive producer, Tom Purcell. So the people who work on the show, a couple, like Baby knew and Carrie knew and Evie knew, but I didn't tell anybody else in the show. And then I did the whole show, including a cold open on the show. And then when I said goodnight to the audience, I said, okay, now nobody leave, because we've got one more act of the show. Because I wanted to go record at the top of the show that we had been, canceled. And my stage manager goes, oh no, we're done. Steve, we're done. And I said, nope, there's one more act of the show. Please don't let the audience leave. And he goes, no boss, I got the thing here. We've done everything. And I said, I'm aware of that, and I'm here to tell you there's one more act of the show. So I went backstage, I said, everybody get on Zoom. I told everybody as briefly as I could so they wouldn't find out about it on air. And then I went back out on stage to tell everybody. And I was so nervous about doing it right, because there was nothing in the prompter. I was just speaking off the cuff, that I f***ed up twice and had to restart.
Wow.
And the audience thought it was a bit.
Oh.
And they started going, you can do it.
Oh.
Come on, Steve, you can do it. Because I always messed up on the sentence that told them what was happening. And then I got to the sentence that actually told them what was happening, and they didn't laugh.
Yeah.
They didn't laugh. And then that's how I did it. That's how I found out.
We weren't laughing either. I haven't told you this, but